Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Roderick, aka Rodrigo, coolest man on YouTube. Welcome to my little whatever it is that I started the video out. And I'll tell you a little bit about it. Give me 1 second. So, yesterday, was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday I was having breakfast with two of my friends of mine who are in the entertainment industry at a very high level. And I had been struggling with producing some content and I didn't know where it came from. I kind of thought, I had ideas, but I really didn't know what was going on. And my director friend of mine was sitting there talking, and he was talking about why he doesn't entertain himself with a lot of movies and content out there because he is actually in the space. But he was telling a story about House of Cards and how House of Cards, at one point, he was so mesmerized by how perfect the lighting was, how they shot everything on there. And at the same time, he was supposed to be working on a project. And he fell out of love with the project he was working on because now he wanted to do something that was more of a House of Cards thing. But this is what's paying the bills right now. And that's exactly what I was going through. I was trying to build up my YouTube here. And as someone who's building up the YouTube, I started studying a lot of YouTube. So then I start seeing that deficit of how far I am because now I'm in love with this person's this and that person's this. And then I need to make something. And soon as I set the camera down, I'm like, it's not as good already. And it just drew me further and further and further away from my actual goal of producing something because well done is way better than well said. So I needed to actually do something, but now I was in the spiral, even thinking about something. I was thinking about how far my deficit was. And then I started grabbing the camera, I started shooting stuff, and I immediately got into that, no, this isn't good. And so when he said that, I was like, yeah, I need to fast from the content that I'm in love with right now because I'm not in love with what I'm doing. I need to fall in love with the process. So that's why I called the little ditty that we started out was cold water because I felt I was in hot water and I felt I was warming up and I was getting better and the reactions were there and everything was going right. But then I let that water get colder and colder and colder. And then I didn't want to step in that tub and actually luxuriate in that cold water. So I took time out. I drove around town and I just shot something. Didn't even have to mean anything. I just wanted to shoot something and edit something and produce something. So I can be like, all right, let me knock the rust out. So was that content that I just produced. And I just did that in like, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes. And it felt really good. I will say that because I wasn't comparing it to channels I really love. I wasn't, as soon as I set up the camera, I wasn't like, so-and-so was going to have a better shot than this. It was actually, as soon as I set up the camera, I was like, this is a dope shot for me. And I'm going to have fun with it and have a good time dropping something. So that's it. So if you're ever in that same situation as when you're recording something and your light flickers like that and kind of messes up your video, in the same spirit of that, we're going to just plow through. All right. You know who it is. Coolest man on YouTube, aka Rodrigo. I always thought I was going to throw up signs. All right. Peace.